Okay, good morning, friends. It's good to have you here today for our stretch class. I think a couple of you were in our challenge class yesterday, so this will be a nice relaxation after that class. Hopefully stretch you out just a tad. So we're gonna sit on our mat, a nice easy seat. If you have your blocks handy, if you have blocks at home with you, why don't you take a moment, grab them. If you have a strap or something you can use as a strap, go ahead and grab that too, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna sit in a nice comfortable seat. We're gonna be just stretching our body today. We're not gonna really be working up a sweat like we normally do. This is a nice, easy stretch just to relax your parts of your body, relax mind. Good, so nice, easy seat to start with. Roll your shoulders down your back. Pull your belly button in. You could go ahead and close your eyes if you feel like it, or look down to your mat. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And another deep breath in and let it go. And just feel the weight of your body on the mat. Feel your sitting bones, your hips. And lifting up out of that space is your spinal column, pulling through the top of your head so we achieve a nice long spine. Take a big breath in through the back of your lungs and let it go. Before we get started, take a moment here, maybe set an intention for today's practice. Good. And then again, one more breath in and out. Okay. Now we're just going to start from the top of your body all the way down through to our toes. We're going to try to stretch each individual area. So let's go ahead and start with our head. Just roll your head to your right shoulder. So if you're just dropping your ear down there, drop your shoulders down at the same time. Come to the center and go over to the left side. Just a nice neck stretch here. Don't overdo any of this. Come up to the center again. Let your chin drop. Look down to where your feet are. Stretching the back of the neck. Breath in. Exhale. Look forward. Roll your shoulders down the back. And then look up to the sky, dropping your head backwards. Nice. And now come forward again. And this time just drop your chin to your chest and go over to a diagonal as if you're dropping your forehead down towards your right knee. Just feel the stretch a little differently that way. Come up to the center and let's go to the other side. Good. And then come up to the center again, right? Check in with your belly button and pull it all the way back to your spine. Your shoulders are looped down your back. So you have presence. You're sitting up nice and tall while we do these other exercises. You're not just letting everything go, right? You're keeping your nice, strong yoga body. So let's work on our shoulders a little bit. Take our right arm underneath our left. I'll give you the nice little side view here. We're gonna come into our eagle arms, but do so mindfully. Usually we're in the middle of a pose. We're trying to balance while we're doing this. But today we just get the opportunity to focus, right? So your right arm, elbow is underneath your left, and you're intertwine your hands, and hopefully you could get those palms together here. So press hand against hand, shoulders down your back, right? Pull the back of your spine towards the back of the room. And now just float your elbows up a little bit. Your gaze is right through your forearms. And speaking of those forearms, just pull those forearms forward a little bit. You should feel a beautiful stretch across your upper back here. So you're just breathing into that space, in and out. Just feeling that stretch on the upper back. Keep lifting those elbows, right? Put the effort in here, pulling the arms, the forearms forward, keeping that tension. You feel things happening here. And then if you'd like, you can press into your sitting bones and then just watch your hands and your eyes up the wall, across the ceiling. Keep pulling those forearms up towards the ceiling, right? Stretching your upper back here. Your bottom body is nice and soft. Good. And then come forward. Whew. Bring the arms down, shake that out a bit. There's a lot happening across the upper back, the front of your body maybe. Let's go ahead and take the left arm under. Right. Lift the elbows, pull those forearms forward. You're setting your drishti, your gaze, right through your forearms. Push your hips and sitting bones into the mat. Pull through the top of your head, nice tall spine. Flood your body with breath here, in and out. Good, and then start lifting those arms up the wall, across the ceiling with your gaze, lifting those forearms up, getting a big giant stretch here. Breath in and breath out. Excellent. Okay, release that. It's a lot, right? I bet you already feel a lot of opening in those shoulders here. Good. Let's sweep our arms up to the sky, interlace your fingers and press your palms up to the sky, but melt your shoulders down your back, and then pull your inner arms towards each other. Now, can you bring those palms a little further back? Press your sitting bones into the mat, and then lengthen through your side waist between your shoulders and your hips. Can you lengthen that a little bit more? Yes, good. And now swing over to the right side. Try to keep your head even with your armpits, even with your inner elbows. Good. Come to the center, and we're gonna stretch to the other side. Hips stay where they are. So that's your foundation that you're stretching against. Good. And then bring your palms to the back of your neck, shoulders down your back, send those elbows back, and then lift your heart up and go back. Just a mini back bend here, a real heart opener. Breath in and breath out. Good. Bring your hands down to the mat. Whew. Okay. Leave your right palm on the mat. Take your left arm over your head and just stretch to the right side of the mat, stretching your left side body. Good. And then come on up, bring the left hand down, take the right hand up and over your head. We're stretching the right side body. Push that right butt cheek down into the mat while you do so. Come back up. This time, take that right hand even further out and relax your right elbow to the mat and forearm. Now take your left hand over your head, a different kind of stretch here. So we're noticing what happens in our body. Breathe. Good. And then come on up, stretch that left leg, left hand even further out. Relax the forearm and elbow to the mat and stretch the right hand over your head. Push that right butt cheek down. Nice. One more breath and stretch here. And we come on up. Good work. We're going to walk out and come in to all fours, tabletop. So our upper body is feeling fabulous. So we're going to travel down into our spine next, right? So our shoulders are nice and stretched out. Let's work on our spine a little bit. So we'll do some very easy cat-cows to start with. So starting with the cow, you're going to roll the shoulders back, let your belly drop, stick your butt up in the air, and then melt your heart up. Good, and look up, breathe in. On the exhale, push every bit of breath out. Look to where your belly button is. Really C-curl that spine up to the sky. Good. Now, big breath in, exaggerate this. Exhale, push every bit of this out. And let's do that one more time. Breath in, heart to the sky. Exhale. And then find your way. Move your blocks out of the way if they're there. Actually, we're going to find our way. First, we're going to do a child's pose. So stretch back here for a moment. Lengthen your tailbone. And then make sure your forearms and your elbows are pressing into the mat. Good. Now pull your armpits back down towards the mat and back down towards your heart. Nice. And then melt that heart wall forward, maybe look forward here. Good. One more breath here. we're gonna swing forward, more love for our back, roll our shoulders down our backs, let our hips sink, and lift your heart up to the sky. Good, nice little back bend here. You can then roll onto one hip and then the other, just finding some more space. Beautiful. And then slowly let yourself down on the mat. Good. Keep your hands by your lower ribs. And we're just going to press our feet into the mat, press our toes into the mat. We're just gonna peel our upper body up. Keep your hips on the floor coming into cobra here. So watch that space across your chest and only lift up to the point where it's comfortable, right? Take a breath in, take a breath out. Good. Another breath in and another breath out. Come on down. Rest your right cheek on the mat. Good. Okay, now we're going to look forward, bring our forearms down on the mat. So we're gonna transition into Sphinx pose. So our elbows are tucked in, our wrists are right in front of our elbows. We're gonna press into the mat and then just float our chest up here. Adjust what you need to adjust. Maybe bring your hands out a little bit more. You want those elbows underneath your shoulders. And now think about your chest wall. Your heart is pulling forward past your shoulder blades. Yeah, pull that heart forward. Make sure your heels are facing the ceiling, right? Not falling out to the side. Keep bringing your heart up. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, come on down. This time, put your left cheek on the mat and just hold here for a moment. Take a breath in and a breath out. Okay. Head to the center. We're going to lift up, and this time we're going to stretch our arms out long. So coming into seal here. So our arms are staying out long, and then you're just going to bring your hands back towards your body to the degree that it's okay with your lower back. So watch this. Roll your shoulders back, and you're just coming up. You're peeling your upper body off of that mat. So come to the position that you feel okay in. Right, you can always take this down a notch back to Sphinx or Cobra. Otherwise, we're gonna blossom our heart wall forward, our shoulders back, and flood our body with breath. Good, take a breath in and a breath out. Good, one more deep breath in and let it go. Nice job. Slowly come down to the mat. Good. Now press into your hands and we'll go back the other way into a lovely child's pose. Big breath in, big breath out. Walk your hands off to the right side of the mat. Put your left hand on top of your right and pull your left hip long. Big stretch on the left side body here. Come to the center. Take a breath in. Exhale, stretch. Good. And then off to the left side of the mat, right hand comes on top, pull the right hip long, breath in. And breath out, beautiful. Come to the center again, hold here for a moment. Okay, we're gonna pop back up into our cow pose, our tabletop, sorry. We're gonna work our belly a little bit. We're just gonna do some elbows to knees. Just for a bit here, and then we'll do some other abs throughout the process. So kick your left leg back, turn your left hip down towards the mat. Press into your hands, pull those belly buttons up, pull those lower ribs up, right? So you are in control of your body here. Somebody could come sit on you and you can actually hold them up here, right? Now, shift your weight over to your left side ever so slightly and lift your right hand off the mat. Good. Now kick through that left heel, stretch through those right fingers, but make sure that right shoulder doesn't start drifting forward. You want them even. Good. Holding your balance here. Pull that belly button up. Don't sink into this and watch that lower back. So tuck the pelvic bone towards your belly just a little bit. Good. On the breath in, we stretch. On the exhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee underneath your body. Lift up and touch. Good. Stretch it out. Exhale, squeeze. Stretch it out. Exhale, squeeze and hold for 3 and 2 and 1. Hand and knee goes down. Kick the right leg back. Even that right hip down towards the mat. Right toes flex towards the mat. Open across your shoulders. Shift your weight to your right side. Stretch your left leg, left hand out, but don't overstretch. Keep those shoulders together. Again, we are all in control here. Nice and solid, squeezing muscle to bone. Stretch on the breath in, exhale on the breath out, curl the spine up to the sky, squeeze. Big breath in, stretch. Exhale, pull that spine up, squeeze. One more time, big stretch. Exhale, squeeze in, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. We're going to bring the right foot forward. Leave the left hand on the mat. Swing the right arm up to the sky. Pull those lower ribs, those left ribs towards your right thigh. Good. Now plant both hands on the mat. Tuck your back toe. Stretch your right leg long. Even up your hips. Stretch over that front thigh. Look down to your right big toe. Feel this stretch happening. Good. Then bring the left knee down and lift up again. That's 2. Pull those right hip back, even with the left. Stretch your heart down over that leg. Nice hamstring stretching going on here. Tap that left knee down again, and we'll lift up one last time here. Stretch, getting more space each time. Big breath in. Exhale, bring that left knee back down. Good, bring your hands up to your knee. Excellent. We're going to take that right leg long. Even up your hips. Put your hands on your right knee, shoulders down your back. You're going to bring that knee forward over the ankle and sink down into these hips. So now we're getting a stretch on the left hip flexor, right? That back hamstring is working, pulling the right hip back, living here. Okay, checking with that lower back. Make sure the pelvic bone is tilted up so you're not putting any stress on that lower back, floating the heart up. Good. You can stay here, or you can take your right thumb over your left. Your hands are open like a bird. Lift them up, bend the elbows, pull the arms in back of your head, and then straighten through those elbows. Float your chest up to the sky, look up to the sky for 3. Flood your body with breath for 2. One more breath here. Beautiful. Come forward. Come forward. Walk that right foot. I'll give you this view. Walk that right foot all the way out to the edge of your mat. And we're coming into lizard. So here is where you might want to put some blocks underneath your forearms. So decide. Otherwise, we're going to bring our forearms down to touch the mat. Slide your elbows back by that right heel. Open across your chest. Good. And pull your heart right through to the front of the mat. Push down into your hips, right? If you want to move around a bit, that's fine. You're just creating some beautiful space here. Just letting this stretchy magic happen. Good. Moving it around. Now come back onto your hands. Take your right hand to the right knee. You're going to gently nudge it away from you, and then you can turn your whole torso towards that right leg. You're really feeling this back here. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. So 5. Lengthen your spine. 4. 3. Keep on stretching. 2. And 1. Beautiful job. Woo. Take that foot back, and we all land again in that tabletop. You can move your hips from side to side. You could take a few cat-cows because those always feel great, right? Okay. Now, we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to step that left foot forward. do it this way so you can see me. You're gonna step that left foot forward, leave the right hand down, spin the left hand up to the sky. Broaden across your chest, so a long open chest here as you stretch those left fingers up to the sky. Beautiful. Now bring that left hand down, tuck the back toe. Let's straighten over that left leg. Whew, our legs are different, so you might feel it more or less in this side. Make sure your chest is stretching towards the floor. Flood that left hip and hamstring with air and love. Good. Come forward and tap the right knee down. And then we pull back again. Maybe get a little more space here. Lengthen. Breathe. Good. Bring that back knee down again. And then one last time, we're going to stretch back. Pull the left hip back and roll the right hip forward. Good. Feeling this love in that left back hamstring. Whew. One more breath here. Bring our right knee down. Okay. So we're going to come up here and we're going to stretch this left leg long. Check in with your hips, square them up. Hand on that front knee, travel down. So giving some love into this right hip flexor, even up these hips. Watch this lower back. Your upper body is lifting up to the sky here. Press down through that front heel. Stay here, or option to put the left thumb over the right, making like a little bird with your hands. Sweep your hands up to the sky. Stop when they're right in front of your face. Bend your elbows a lot. Pull your arms in back of your head, and then see if you can re-straighten those arms. This is a massive stretch. So lift your heart up to the sky, look up. 5. Breathe. 4, 3. Keep on lifting. 2, shine your heart up. And then come down. Beautiful. We're gonna walk that left foot out to the edge of your mat and coming down for lizard here. So down onto these forearms. Open across your chest. Right? And you don't have to be static in this pose. You can move around a little bit. You can move some love into those hips. Right? So I say this so many times in my New York accent, but the hips are our junk drawer, right? We throw everything down there. And then we just stuff it as we sit for long periods of time. Everything gets stuck inside there, right? Jammed inside that junk drawer. So this is a beautiful opportunity to just open it up and let everything spill out. Good. And now you can float up and gently, right? We're not shoving into it. We're gently inviting that left hip and knee open a little bit, and maybe swinging our torso over towards it, just giving a little bit more juice. Breathing here. Right. Nice. One more stretch and spin. Left hand comes down. Left knee comes back. And hey, why not? Let's go back into another child's pose. Sending those hips back, melting that heart wall forward, and just being in this space for a few breaths. Nice opening in our hips, lengthening in our tailbone. Take a breath in and a breath out. Okay, we're going to swing back into our swan. We have nice open back, nice open hips, melt our heart up to the sky, press into our hands, big stretch here. Good. And come on up into our tabletop. Leave your right knee where it is. Leave your right hand where it is. Stretch your left leg back. Okay, so we're going to start lifting our left hand off the mat. Make sure, check this out, make sure your right knee is right underneath your right hip. Right, sometimes I see this. This is very hard, right? So just take a moment. Make sure your right hand's nice and comfortable. The palm is completely planted to the floor. The outer edge of the left foot is adhered to the floor, lifting that instep up like we do in Warrior One in regular class. Now, can you grow another inch through that left hand? Good. Maybe you could look up at your left thumb, or if that's too much, look down at your right hand. But you're just feeling this nice wide expanse across your chest. And if you'd like, you can lift that left foot off the floor. This is not a have to. You can stay where you are. Good. And if you really feel balanced, this is a lot. This is a lot. You can reach back and do a bind, but this is not a have to, right? I'm wobbling like a crazy woman. Good. Take one more breath, one more stretch here. Bring both of your knees down. Rock it out. Okay, we're gonna do the left side, so I'll flip around. You don't have to, you know what you're doing. Left hand under the left shoulder, left knee nicely placed, right? You should be able to feel that right away if you put your knee in the right place. And this right leg nice and stretched out, the outer edge adhere to the floor, keeping you in place. And then let's lift through that right hand. Good, just feeling this opening. Or I forgot to do this on the other side, but take the right hand over your head. Good, nice stretch. Beautiful. Right hand could come up if you want to. Option to lift the right leg off the mat. So you got to squeeze those muscles to the bones, yeah. And option to bend that knee slowly, right? Because there's lots of shifting balance here. I bet that left hand is really working to hold you in place. Good, one more breath here. And we'll come back over to our cat-cows. Move it around a little bit. Good. Let's bring our forearms to the floor here. We're coming into puppy. So you're gonna lift your butt up and slide back. So this is a big shoulder stretch here. You're gonna look forward and try to melt your chin down to the floor as you look forward. We're holding this big opening here for 5, 4, 3, 2, keep on stretching back, and 1. Woo, come on up. We're gonna flip around to our back. Now we'll work on our back for a little bit. If you have a strap, have it handy to you. We're gonna really work into these hips and into the hamstring muscles. A strap might just be helpful to get the foot closer to your face, but you can just pull on your leg instead. You know, the strap just makes things come closer. So we're gonna start with your left leg either on the floor. We can start with it there, and then you can decide if you wanted to extend it. But the star of the show here, the focus right now, is gonna be that right foot. So you're gonna use a strap. Maybe you have a scarf or something if you don't have a strap. But we're just gonna play here with this right foot in the air. So decide, do you feel better if you have your left leg long, or do you want it for your lower back bent? So just decide on that. But what we really wanna do here is kick through the right heel. Invite those toes closer to the top of your head. And then we're just gonna work this hamstring by pulling the knee in and kicking it out for 3. Pulling it in, kicking it out for 2. Pulling it in, holding it there, and then mindfully and slowly kicking that heel all the way up to the sky, at the same time pulling that right hip into the floor, pulling that right thigh into the hip socket, right? So really think about that. Good. Move the leg from side to side, right? Like you're just moving from side to side. Good. Just getting some space. Now, we're going to invite this leg over to the left side of your body. Right, nice and slowly, because we want to feel the stretch on the outside of that right hip. Your right hand could go out for balance. We've done this before in class, usually at the end of class. So just slowly let it drift over to the left side of your body. You're already feeling that in the outside hip, yes? Try to keep your shoulders on the floor and just find where you can go with this. Flood your body with breath. Be patient, right? It takes some time to open up. Nice. Maybe your side ribs are melting down towards the mat. Good. And then just invite that right foot back up to the sky. Pull that thigh into the hip socket, kick through the heel. Left hand's going to go out to the side, and you're going to simply open that right foot out to the right side. A nice inside thigh stretch here. Again, your left leg is either stretched out or the sole of the foot's on the floor. It doesn't matter. Whatever works nicely for your body, here's what we're looking for. Maybe invite those toes, those right toes higher up, getting a little bit more stretch. Because I know this side is easier when you have the open interior thigh. Good. One more breath here. Bring that right knee up, right foot up to the sky. Now we're going to do a half happy laughing baby. So you can use the strap or not. You can actually probably reach up and get either side of your foot. Just make sure your lower back is on the floor. We're going to invite that right knee right into your right armpit. You're going to put some effort into this. You're going to really pull it in. Your knee is to the right side of your torso. It's not on your chest. It's not in, it's out. So you're trying to get that knee towards the armpit. Right? Really work on this, pulling it in, using your breath, right? Breath, extend that left leg a little bit. Exhale, squeeze that right knee in. Good, one more stretch here. And then we're just gonna bring that right foot either to the floor or stretched out long while we work on the left side of your body, okay? So we're gonna lift that left foot into the sky. If you have the strap, go for it. Right, get the tailbone down on the floor and kick through that left heel. Right, so this is akin to doing those forward folds on the mat when we're sitting up. Right, so you're just stretching into this hamstring. Good. Now pull that knee in and kick it away. Good. Kick through that heel. Pull the knee in and really kick it away. Getting the whole back of that leg stretched. Okay, now we're going to take the left hand out to the side, maybe straighten the right leg, and invite that leg. Oh wait, first, before we do that, we're going to floss. We're going to move that leg from side to side. Ooh, I got a nice little pop there. So just moving it from side to side, getting some beautiful space. Another pop. Now come to the center, and now left leg goes to the right, left arm reaches out, you look over to your left side. Try to melt these left ribs down towards the mat as you kick the left leg over to the other side. So you're really getting a beautiful twist here. Flood your body with breath. And maybe pull those toes up a little bit more. Yeah, good. Okay, bring that foot up to the sky. Switch your hands and open that leg to the left side. Reach the right arm long. Maybe bring those toes up a little bit. Stretch the right leg straight and strong onto the mat. And just letting gravity do its thing here. Good. That leg's going to come on up. And then into your left armpit. So the leg's coming out to the side of your torso, the side of those left ribs. Pull that foot in. A lot of effort. Maybe you reach up and get your hand. Pull down as you straighten your other leg. Nice. Let your spine melt to the floor. Good, one more pull in, excellent. Get rid of the strap, hug your knees into your body, rock from side to side. Okay, while we're here on the floor, we're gonna take the right knee over the left, just like eagle legs, right knee over the left. Take your left hand around your right ankle, take your right hand around your left ankle, and now pull your feet to the side walls as your right knee stays stacked on top of your left, and invite your knees into your chest, looking up at the ceiling. Pull the feet out to the side, pull your knees into the chest together. You should feel this mostly on your outside right hip. Good, keep pulling them in. You can rock from side to side, right side to left. Give yourself a little back massage here. Good, keep pulling the feet out and making those knees come into the chest. You gotta work this pose. Okay, release the right foot, bring the right sole of the foot down to the mat. The left ankle is gonna stay right past the right knee. You're gonna push that right knee away from you. That left knee away from you. And maybe you reach in behind you're pushing the right knee away from you, excuse me. You're gonna reach and grab the left back of the thigh, pull it towards you as you push that right knee away from you. Yeah, getting a little bit lower into that right hip now. Flex both feet, work this, 5, 4. Breathe, 3, 2. Nice, and come on down. Both soles of the feet on the floor. Just do some nice wide open windshield wipers here. Knees to one side, knees to the other. This just feels nice. You guys are doing great. Such a slow paced class, but it's kind of fun to do. Just take some time with these stretches. Okay, now we're gonna bring the left knee over the right. Left knee over the right, eagle legs. Again, you're gonna grab your ankles, pull them to the side walls, and then pull those knees into your chest. Of course, this time you're feeling it in the left outside thigh. Right, spine to the floor, pull those knees in, open up those toes. Active work here. Pulling the feet out, pulling the knees in, maybe rocking from side to side if you wish. Breathing. And now bring that right foot to the floor. Bring the left ankle just past the right knee. Pushing the left knee away from you. And then reaching behind the right thigh, both feet flexed. Pull the right knee towards you as you push the left knee away, right? Just with your brain. You're just pulling with your right thigh towards your chest, and your brain is pulling that left knee away. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, keep on stretching. Nice. Soles of the feet to the floor, maybe hands over your head this time. A little bit of windshield wipering on this side. Okay, hug behind your thighs and rock up. We're gonna roll onto our belly for just a moment here to do a quad stretch. Okay, so we're gonna lay down on our belly, bend our left leg. Reach back with our left hand and invite your left heel to your butt or to the outside left hip. You're pushing down. Good. If you want, you can take your right hand into the mat, onto the forearm. This is just more juice. You don't have to do it. So you get an upper body bend as you're doing your quad. Whew. Good. Just a few more stretches there. Maybe roll that left shoulder down a bit and release. Nice. Okay. Reach, bend the right leg, reach around, get it, right? If it's too much for you to be up, go ahead and lay down. Decide what works for you. Otherwise, you're bending that right heel in towards your butt, maybe to the side hip. Stretch. Good. Maybe roll that right hip shoulder down as well. Good. Breathing here for 3 and 2 and 1. Fabulous. Okay. Let's roll back. Find another child's pose. Stretch. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. So pull the belly button up and in, send the hips back, melt the heart wall forward, forehead on the mat. Stretch through the fingers, melt the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Get heavy through those hips and press down. One more breath here. And we're going to come out onto our forearms for a forearm plank. Tuck your toes under and then move your shoulders over your elbows. Your hips drop to the same level as your shoulders. Broaden across the chest. Look down between your thumbs. Pull everything up. Don't sink down here. Don't sink the belly down. Lift the belly up. Squeeze muscle to bone. We're going to hold this for 8, 7, 6. Pull through the heels. 5. Every muscle activated. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down. Stretch back for a moment. And then we're going to come on up. Good job, everybody. We're going to take a nice wide straddle here. Okay. I'm going to get a little sip of water. So as you're sitting here, we want to really lift up and get our sitting bones on the floor. Flex your toes and get the length of both legs down on the mat, right? So just really feel that. Pull that belly button in, tilt the pelvic bone up, right? Really mindful of our alignment so nothing's getting hurt, pulling through the top of your head. All right, so we're gonna take a journey forward. Blocks can be really useful here, maybe under your belly, maybe under your head, right? At whatever height works for you. Right, so we're going to come forward. I'll just put them down as demonstrations. Maybe I'll keep them there today, right? So you're going to keep the legs exactly as they are. You're going to lift through the top of your head. We're looking for a nice long spine here. We're coming forward as we push back. Coming forward as we push back. Yes, until we can bring our head down. All right? Don't let a C happen in your spine. Don't turn into a C. Keep it nice and straight. So play around with the height of your blocks. Maybe you have to put them on their highest level. Figure out what works to keep your legs on the floor. We're holding it here. We're going to be here for a bit. So settle in. I'm settling in now. And here we go. Hips back and down. Back of the legs adhere to the floor. Maybe flex those toes. 5 more breaths. On the breath in, can you lengthen your nose away from your hips? And on the breath out, can you get deeper into this? 4, 3, 2, 1. Just take a note here of how things feel. We're going to lift up and open up from side to side a little bit more, and then we're going to come right back to this, and we'll just take a little note to see what has opened up in the meantime. You can move your blocks away for a moment. We're going to go ahead and turn and twist our body towards the right side. Lift your arms to the high. Leading with your chest, we're reaching over for that right foot. A hand on either side of the foot. You can bend your knee if you can't get there. That's totally fine. Good. And then leading with your heart, this leg staying where it is. That hip is not lifting off. You're stretching forward into this. Good. On the breath out in, you're lengthening. On the breath out, you're coming deeper. 4, 3, get heavy through that torso. 2, keep on stretching down. Grab your right big toe and bring your right elbow inside your right knee. Sweep your left hand to the sky, and at the same time, pull those right ribs forward, right? So your whole body is parallel to the side wall. Look up, see your left thumb, keep on twisting. Can you push your left butt cheek down? Good. Now take this left hand over your head and really enjoy this stretch of the left body, yeah? But your hand might just be hovering up here. Maybe you could reach down and get that right thumb. Things will open up, I promise. The more you stretch, the more things open. I was a runner for years, and I was so tight. It took me a long time to open back up. Take one more breath here. And we'll lift up. Ooh. Just come to the center, let that soak in a bit. Nestle those hips down, and we'll turn towards the left side. Reach up with the hands, not with the shoulders. Come forward, get those legs, get the either side of that foot. Adhere this right butt cheek down as we stretch forward into this. Lengthen and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab that left big toe, left elbow to the inside, swing the right arm up, pull these left ribs across, look up, press that right butt cheek down. You've got it. Twist that spine. And then that right hand is gonna come over your head. Push that right hip down. Stretch, 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 and twist. Flood your body with breath. Anywhere there's sensation, right? Our breath fuels us, it opens us, it calms us. And then come on up. All right. Whew. We're gonna go through the front again. See if we get a little bit more space. Put your blocks down. Pull the belly in. Nice long stretch forward. Send those hips back. I bet you have more space. Forehead rests on something, mat or block. You're not just hanging your head. Towel if you have it, book if you have it, a little kitty cat, whatever you got. Just nestle your head down. 5. Let gravity do its thing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hopefully that was a little bit more spacious for you. Okay, let's move those blocks away for a moment. Bend at the knees. Ooh, and bring the soles of your feet together. Nice butterfly pose here. Bring your heels as close to your sitting bones as possible and roll your shoulders back, and let's see that long, tall spine again. Pull the ribs in, pull the belly in, grow through the top of your head, and now melt those kneecaps down towards the mat, a really active opening here. And then from here, the shoulders are gonna stay back. You're gonna lean forward with your chest. Those elbows are gonna push and invite those kneecaps even further down as we stretch forward. Again, flooding our body with breath. On the breath in, we stretch. On the exhale, we deepen. Good, keep on going, keep on lengthening, hips back, heart wall forward. And then rise up and bring this out to a diamond shape. So your heels go further, your knees are still out to the side, and we're coming forward here for 5 breaths and just noting the difference. Lengthen. Head's heavy. Beautiful. Come on up, stretch the left leg long, bring the right foot over the left knee. Right hand in back of your sitting bones, left hand to the sky. Roll the right shoulder back, left shoulder's coming forward. You're just twisting here. Send those hips back and down. Bring that left elbow deep into the right thigh and just roll into a twist. Spine reaches to the sky on the breath in. On the breath out, you're twisting even deeper. 5, make it mindful. Use your breath. 4, 3, massaging all those internal organs. 2, can you lengthen just another inch towards the ceiling? Good. And come on down. Unwind and come to the other side, right? Left hand in back of the left sitting bones. Right hand to the sky. Roll the left shoulder back. Bring the right shoulder forward. Bring that right elbow deep into that thigh. Press the hips down, lift the spine up, and breathe for 5. Keep on twisting for 4. Maybe you can look at the back of the room for 3. For 2. Lift high, high, high up to the sky with your spine. One more deep twist. Good. And then we unwind. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Press down into those quads. Lift your heart up. Arms go to the sky. Heart pulls forward. You come forward. Grab onto those feet and pull your heart through. 5 breaths here. Lengthen. Good. One more stretch and lengthen forward. Come on up. Coming into pigeon. So just bend this right knee and swing this left leg in back of you, long and strong, right? Square the hips. Something's gonna go underneath this right butt cheek. Either a block, or if you could get down to the mat, fabulous. Even up those hips, lift the heart up, and slowly come into the pose. Lengthening the tailbone back, the heart wall forward, head comes down last, and settle in. Can you lengthen the tailbone back and then pull the collarbone forward and just feel that other inch growth in your spine? Nice and heavy, staying in this pose. What can you soften? Maybe your jawline, maybe the space behind your eyes, the space behind your forehead. Maybe that space between your shoulder blades. It's getting heavy. Making space. We're going to invite our hands back to the mat and peel your chest up. Bend that back leg. Maybe reach around, get the foot, and bring that heel towards your back. Right, just stay there, or maybe lift the right hand to the sky and work on the bind and back. Right, there's a lot of stretching. Just go in the direction, I know. Breathe. Okay, release. Invite that right shin parallel to the front of your mat and swing that left leg up and around. Coming into double pigeon, so it looks like this. Right, if this is too much, just cross your legs. But we basically want the left ankle just past the right knee, both feet flexed, hips go back, you come forward. Hips back, chest well forward. And just feeling gravity bringing you closer and closer to the floor. Nice and deep. Then slowly come on up, leave the left leg where it is, swing the right leg long. Coming into pigeon on your left side, left knee and hip lined up, left butt cheek on something. Don't forget to lengthen through that chest wall and then come on down. Head goes down last. Taking a few more breaths. Hips are heavy. And then pressing into that left hip so it really springs open. Press, press, press it down. Hands come back to the mat. Lift your chest up. Maybe bend that back knee and explore. Can you reach back and get it? Can you squeeze that heel towards your butt, or maybe get it into the crook of that elbow? Left hand up and over your head, connecting possibly. And then we come into pigeon on this side. Left shin parallel to the front, right foot up and over. That right ankle just past that left knee. Hips go back and down. Heart wall comes forward, stretch. Good, one more deep breath in and out. Walk your hands back up. Let your legs extend towards the bottom of your mat, and we're slowly gonna roll down, coming towards our Shavasana, right? If you wanna take one hug and knees side to side, do so. Otherwise, just come straight into your Shavasana. You only have another minute or so here, so please take the time to do your Shavasana. Give yourself that space. Eyes closed, jaws relaxed. Mind stays right here, either focusing on sounds or your breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Bring your knees to your heart, give yourself a squeeze, guide your knees over to the right side, and find a tall seat. Pull your shoulders down your back, lift your heart up to the sky. Take a moment here and see the shift, the change in your body and mind since you first started an hour ago, right? Such a great accomplishment. Bring your hands to heart center, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale we bow, we acknowledge each other's work. Namaste. Thank you, my friends. I hope you had a wonderful stretch. Class tomorrow at 9 and on Saturday. In the meantime, have a fabulous day. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.